Hello again and welcome back to March Bain's Midlife Dolly Crisis, and here you find me with a very special doll. This is Claire de Luna, who's from the Moonspell Magic range of dolls. Moonspell Magic are essentially a kind of like a subgenre, I suppose, of Monster High. And now I believe that they come from a different school. There's nothing on the packaging or on the back of the packaging to tell us, but I was under the impression that Moonspell Magic Academy or school was kind of like a rival school to Monster High. I believe on the American adverts they do mention that Moonspell Magic is, you know, another school in the universe of Monster High. The reason the doll is kind of a special one to open at this time of year is because, and I don't know if they planned this, but it's actually Disability Pride Month. And there's two dolls in the range of Moonspell Magic who have got disabilities. So Willow Thorn, I believe, has got a hearing aid, and this gal here has got a vision impairment. She comes with a cane. I think one of her eyes is meant to be false, and the other one, she meant to have limited vision in it. So yeah, I thought it was a good one to open this time of year. And as I said, I don't know if they did it on purpose, which would be wonderful if they did. But you just don't know sometimes, do you? Also, just to point out, obviously this is the front of the box. There's actually Braille here, which I'm presuming says Claire de Luna. So this is the front of the box. We've got this really nice image of the doll here, or the character here. The colours that they've used are very nice. I can't remember if the rest of them are like this. I literally just went, I did see them all, but I didn't really take much notice because this was the only one that I really wanted to get. So we've got lots of purples on here, which goes with the whole kind of witchy vibes that are going on. If we turn the box over, we've got an image here of the 5 other characters there. We've also got a little bit of information about Claire, which is here. So we've got it in English, we've got it in a few different languages as well here. I'm presuming it's because this is the European release of the doll. So, Claire is a clairvoyant witch, sees the future by reading the stars. Magic essentials are a crystal ball and a star guidebook. Spellbinding skills, go-to friend for excellent advice. Great. They were doing so well, and then we had to have another pun put in there, which they always do on the Monster High boxes. Okay, so that is the packaging. As I say, there's not really any other information on here, which is fine. The artwork is actually very nice. I'm going to bring it up so you can see it a little bit closer. I hope you can kind of see that. So yeah, that's the five witch gals there, all in a row. So I am going to get her out of the box, get all the stuff out of the box as well, and we'll have a proper look at her together. So here we go. So here is Claire with all the stuff around her. Let's have a quick look at the accessories that she comes with before we kind of put them all on her. So the stuff that she actually had kind of attached to her is kind of these bits here. We've got this cauldron thing which we will have a look at, but let's have a look at these little bits first, because these are kind of more sort of like smaller accessories. So first up we have a pair of glasses here. These are tinted. They are clear plastic. We've got a detail just on the rim here, and obviously they are round. They're pretty kind of basic on the sides, but yeah, they're okay. At least we're going to be able to see her eyes through them anyway. So she also comes with this, which is her crystal ball. It's actually very nicely done. So obviously we've got this kind of clear sphere bit at the top, which is kind of a purple with possibly kind of a shimmer inside it as well. It might be nice if they'd actually put glitter inside it so you could kind of shake it perhaps. And then at the bottom here we've got a sort of a deep blue, quite ornate patterned, or you know, moulded sort of base for it, which is quite nicely done. And that is kind of like a really kind of deep sort of midnight blue with lots of kind of swirls and stuff like that. So yeah, so that will be able to sort of sit on a table, or she might be able to kind of hold it on the flat of her hand like that. I've then got these two bits here. So I believe that each doll comes with these, which is more kind of geared towards their particular talent. So this is the book that Claire has got. We've got a lot of detail here on the front. It feels quite shiny. It's done very well. There is fortunes written on the top there, and there's like a moon, and obviously it's all kind of in her colouring as well. The back of the book has not really a lot on it, but it has still got the kind of ornate patterns around there. It's actually quite cute, and obviously we've got this circle here on the side, which is where she'll be able to put her finger so she can hold the book. We've also got this, which is I think a potion bottle. Again, as I say, all the dolls have these, and I think they're literally all the same shape. They'll all be different colours as well, depending on what their colouring is. So this is quite nice as well. It's kind of see-through in that it's not sort of a solid colour. You can see through it, but it's solid plastic, but it's not a solid colour. We've got a hole here on the side, which is going to be that she can hold it with. I don't know what this is. I think it's meant to be Crescent Moon at the top. I wasn't sure if that was also something she could put her finger in as well, but I suppose you wouldn't really hold it from the lid anyway. It's got like a little base, so you can stand it up as well. Obviously, it might be difficult on my hand. There you go, kind of stands up. And there is a design on there, which I think, again, is a half moon. So that is those accessories there. So she also comes with these bits, which are kind of attached to her. We've got this very cute handbag. Now, I think from what I've seen, most of them do not have this kind of painted detail on them. So it's kind of nice that I suppose she has it. It's a really, really nice design. I really love this whole kind of half moon. And then we've got like the star there. And we've got charms hanging from the bag here. Obviously they are just kind of like stiff plastic there. We've got a kind of a filigree effect on the bottom of the bag there. We've got a handle, which looks like it's meant to be a chain. Obviously that is just plastic, but it's a bit more sort of malleable. There is an opening in the top. I don't know if she would fit anything in it. I don't know if she's got anything that would fit in it, to be honest. I don't think even the book would. But I suppose it's kind of nice that it's got an opening anyway. So that is the handbag. We've got this hat. So they've all got these hats on. And I think they're going to be quite sort of similar in design. So the top of it, we've got all this kind of moulded detail. So we've got stars and we've got different constellations there. We've also got it around the rim as well. There's no painted on detail here. But I guess with this part, you're not really going to see it because that's going to be on the back of her head anyway. And then if we flip it over, as you can see, around the brim, we've got all of the... I think they're all the star signs, I think. I'm not that genned up on them, but I would presume that they are kind of like, you know, Pisces, Libra, Gemini, stuff like that, all around there, which is quite nice. And these are kind of painted on. There's also these two bits of plastic, which kind of are within kind of the hat part of the hat. I don't know what you call that bit, to be honest. But anyway, this is meant to help it stay on her head. So hopefully that does work. And from what I've seen, I think it is quite successful. I didn't really know what I thought of the hats when I first saw them. I think because in the initial pictures, they literally looked like they had halos. And they didn't. We couldn't really see this bit. So it was kind of interesting that they all just had this on their head with kind of this bit showing. So I wasn't really sure what it was going to be like. I didn't even know if it would have an actual hat bit. I thought it could just be literally a ring that you put on their head. But I do quite like it, and I do definitely like the whole kind of astrology kind of references and stars and stuff like that. So here is the cane here. We've got two colours here. We've basically got the cane part, which is this really nice kind of lilac colour, and we do have some moulded on details, but they're not kind of painted. So obviously the bottom bit is a little bit bigger than the rest of it. We've also got what looks like joints here, where the cane could be folded up perhaps. Further up, we've got a few kind of stars and a kind of almost like a filigree pattern on there. But again, that is not painted. It's literally just kind of sculpted within the cane. Then we've got the handle here at the top. So we've got a kind of a loop effect around the very top of it. And we've also got this bit here, which again, I think she'd be able to put her fingers into because it is one of those kind of hole things. And then finally we've got this. So this is meant to be a bit gimmicky. Again, this is something that all of the dolls come with. And again, they're kind of like colour geared towards whichever doll you've got. There's also another accessory in here. what you're meant to do is you're meant to pour water into this bit, and then the centre of this rises, like that. Oops. And the accessory is not meant to drop out like that. Isn't it? Because I've got it on its side, I think, that's upset it. So yeah, so this is basically her jewellery. So she's got this necklace, which has got a half moon on it. It's very nice. It's kind of a purple, and it looks like it's almost like a choker with 2 chains running off it as well. It'll probably look better when it's on, I would imagine. I'm going to take that bit off. And then, yeah, you're kind of stuck with this. I like this whole sort of sickle moon thing that's attached to here, but I don't know how you would get this bit to stay up, because surely that would be nice in the background. I suppose it can stay like that, but then you've still got that kind of moon thing sort of poking out the top. It's a shame that there wasn't a way for them to do something out of this, to kind of create something out of this bit maybe, once the whole sort of gimmick thing has been done and dusted. But yeah, so that is the cauldron there, and as you can see, there is sort of details on there. There's a sickle moon, there's, I think, the face of the moon around it. I don't know if they've all got the same designs on, or if this is just specifically to her, because this is kind of her thing, isn't it? So maybe the other ones have got different kind of designs kind of carved in, or, you know, moulded into the plastic. Again, there's no kind of painted details. Obviously, this moon thing here is very nice, actually. It's kind of a sort of pearlescent, creamy colour, which is very nice. But obviously, that's a different colour to the rest of it. And then this kind of, this top bit here, again, is a different kind of plastic. And they've actually put details on there as well. So that's kind of nice. It's just a shame, as I say, that you can't do something with that, or it can't just kind of stay open like that. But anyway, that is the cauldron. So here is the doll herself. First things first, the hair. I was a bit worried about it because it looked a little bit frizzy in the packaging, but it's actually so soft, and there's no product on it at all. It's really nice. I actually love the colours as well. So it's this very kind of deep blue, but there's also bits of black in it as well. So it's sort of two-toned, but it is very nice hair. We've obviously got a curl to it as well, and that's kind of all the way down, really. So it's got a bit of body to it. Obviously, she does have hat hair at the back here, because the hat was kind of attached to the head. And she had 4 Kimber tags in the back of her head. So obviously, they are worried that she's a very powerful witch, and they want to keep her in the box. But yeah, I just kind of got some pliers and just pulled them out the back. There is plastic kind of over the head, and then the back of the Kimber tags are kind of attached to that bit, so you just pull those out and then you can remove that plastic part. So if we have a look at her face up, I was concerned really with firstly trying to choose one that I kind of liked, but also I was worried that she was going to remind me too much of Cleo, only because the colours are quite similar. So I did kind of try and choose a good one, but they all kind of look very similar. I was probably being very picky at the time. So obviously she's got 2 different eyes. So one of which is meant to be an artificial eye, and the other eye, she's meant to have partial vision, I think, from it. Eye makeup wise, again, it looks really nice. We've got a little moon image there. We've got black liner. We've also got silver, which come out. There's a little kind of star effect happening there. There's actually star effects within the eyes as well. And we have painted on eyelashes, and obviously eyebrows as well, and the eyebrows are kind of dark, so they do go with her hair. So lip wise, they're kind of giving me aubergine. For American viewers, that's an eggplant, in that they're a very kind of deep purple, but there's also kind of an ombre effect of them as well. So I think we are dark on the outside, and then it gets lighter, more purple towards the centre part of the lips there. That's a very nice kind of detail. I think she does have a bit of blusher on her, but it's kind of tricky to tell, I think, in the light. So she's got earrings in. She has these kind of, again, the sickle moon with the star hanging from it. I'm presuming they can be removed. Yeah. So you can take them out. Sometimes they kind of tangle with the hair, so it was handy to be able to actually remove them and put them back in again. But I'm also presuming, because these are basically Monster High dolls, that you would be able to kind of swap stuff around from Monster High to Moonspell Magic as well. So if we go further down, I really like this outfit that she's wearing. I think it's very dramatic. I also think it's very kind of within keeping of her being a witch, basically. This kind of robe that she's wearing is so nice. It's basically a kind of a black net material, and it's got half moons and stars all over it. It's very nice. They're all in silver. The fabric is very soft. There's no raw edges, certainly not on this part. I think maybe the bottom of the sleeves are raw edged, but that's kind of okay, I guess. So that doesn't have a fastening. It basically kind of is on her arms and kind of drapes down the back of her. It's like kind of a long jacket, I suppose, or kind of a long robe. We've got these amazing kind of bell sleeves that come down. Okay, so I've taken that off now. I kind of feel like the outfit loses a bit without it. So I certainly won't be kind of keeping it off her for long, because I definitely think that particular item really makes the outfit for me. So she's got this deep sort of navy blue or midnight blue crop top on. It's a kind of a silky material. Everything is finished off very nicely. We've got these little kind of ribbon straps. So we've also got darts as well. So it's kind of shaped very nicely to her body. We've got Velcro on the back there, so obviously you can remove it. If you go further down, she's wearing a kind of mini skirt, I suppose, or actually it's mid-thigh. I don't know if that's mini or not. It's a short skirt anyway. And that's got some really nice designs on. Again, it's got this kind of deep blue background, and then these kind of look like tarot cards that are all over them. I don't think they are tarot cards, but it's just kind of the fact that they are that kind of shape. And we've got different images in each one. Obviously, we have got like a star in one, and the sun, and lots of different kind of images going on there. We've also got this kind of ruching on one side of it, which is quite nice. It makes it kind of asymmetric. I do quite like asymmetry. I think it kind of makes pieces quite interesting. So we then come to the belt. So this is kind of a bit more rubbery than plastic. I don't know if that's so it kind of sits better on her or not. It's basically a plain kind of silver. There's no sort of painted on details or anything like that. It does kind of match the earrings for colour. There's lots of kind of moulded in details. So we've got a kind of a buckle bit here, which again we've got the star, we've got two moons. We've got charms hanging down from it there. If we have a look on the back, it's got this kind of fastening here where you basically pop that bit through the hole and it kind of stays on. It's kind of nice to have a bit more kind of layers, I think, as well. So it's nice that we've got a belt hanging there like that. It's also kind of a bit witchy, isn't it? If we go further down, she's then got these amazing black boots on. So we've got purple or sort of lilac heels, and we've got half moon there, and we've actually got a face in the moon, which is quite a nice sort of detail. The rest of the boots, although they don't have painted detail on, they do have printed on detail, or, you know, moulded on detail. We have some, I think, chains around this bit. We've got another half moon going on here. I don't know if you can see. We've also got creases, which look like creases in the leather as well. And creases on the toe part there, which is quite nice. Body-wise, I would say that she is probably a match for Draculaura. Obviously, they're using the same bodies that they use for Monster High dolls anyway. This one is a bit curvy, so I think she would probably be able to wear the clothes that Draculaura wears as well. So that's quite cute. I'm going to now put all of her accessories on and put her jacket back on and stuff like that. I'm going to have a final look at it together. So here is Claire de Luna in her full regalia. I think she looks fabulous. I'm really pleased with her. I've given her her cane and I've given her a handbag. I kind of forget how difficult it is sometimes to get stuff to balance on these dolls' shoulders, only because they don't really have broad shoulders at all. They're not like Barbie, who does seem to have a lot of shoulder room. These dolls are smaller on top than the rest of them, so it's kind of difficult. It was difficult to get the bag on the shoulder, so I kind of gave up, and she's kind of just got it over her arm, as you can see. I gave her a cane because I thought that was a pretty essential part for her to actually have. The other accessories are just next to her on the plinth there. It's kind of a shame in a way that none of the items fit in the bag, because it would have been nice for her to be able to carry stuff around with her, maybe. When I first saw the images for these dolls, Claire was kind of the one that I gravitated towards the most, so that was why I got her. I'm also delighted to be able to show her off in Disability Pride Month, and if you're celebrating, I hope you have a great one. What are your thoughts on this doll? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you've got any of the other Moonspell Magic dolls and what your thoughts are on them. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And please share the video if you know anyone else that like this kind of content. And I will see you in the next one. So until then, take care. Bye.